Okay. Yes. Here it's live. So you got the scope? Alert? You got the alert? Okay, so we'll just give a round of introduction. Hi, this is Suresh from Web Marketing Academy. Quickly a round of introduction.
Hi, this is Nikhil this side from Web Marketing Academy.
Hi, this is Ganesh from Web Marketing Academy.
Hi, this is Vineet from WMA.
Hi, this is Prashant from Web Marketing Academy.
And maybe you can tell what you guys do. Maybe
Hi,
just-
Vedad. I am web marketing.
Hi, Arun this side from Web Marketing. I do marketing.
Hi, this is Samantha, and I'm in marketing as well.
Alright, so we are here. Yes, and Bharani is there.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So we are here today. We are just going to discuss about Periscope, questions about Periscope. I asked what you guys are doing with Periscope. They came up with the answer saying that we don't know what to do. So we'll discuss about what Periscope does. And maybe if you haven't heard about Beam, B-E-M-E, it's an app. B-E-M-E app. That is in between Periscope and Snapchat. So 4 seconds, you can take it longer too, but it disappears after that. It goes away. So that is Beam app. Anybody join?
Yeah.
Okay. Any questions? Please ask them.
Yeah, sure.
All right. So those who are watching, please feel free to ask questions to me too, or to anybody. We'll just share those things too. Okay. So Beam, take a look at it. It is going to be interesting. It's a different fun. You saw that one, right?
Yeah.
It's fun. It is going to be a little bit interesting one, and we'll have to wait and see. It's still new, early. It's been 1 week. I installed it and I'm playing with it, but it is interesting.
So a question is there, OZ Med. It's asking, do you think Beam will catch up like Periscope?
It will, because they are creating that hype. Because it's not easy for you to get into Beam. It's generating code and the codes are limited. So they created this hype even before, like Periscope did not have that hype when they launched it. Before even they launched, they had a lot of hype. So we'll have to wait and see. Maybe there would be, now that this came in, there are a lot of competitors who will come up with the various apps which is competing to this. But it's got its own advantages and disadvantages too.
So I have a question actually with me. When you don't know or when you can't see what you're shooting, then how relevant is it? Like, you don't know what your camera is actually.
It is depending on what you are seeing.
Yes.
Only.
So what you're seeing, you can what is in front of you is what is will record. So the idea is, the whole idea behind that is, they want you to share what you're seeing.
Okay.
What is in front of you, which is what you're seeing, and you're showing it to the world, through your eyes.
Okay. Because I was wondering, like, if you're seeing, like, if I'm seeing 4 of them, but your camera is shooting at a different angle, then it doesn't serve the purpose.
That's the
right?
disadvantage.
Yeah, so, and you wouldn't know because you're not holding the camera in that direction, so
Yeah.
you wouldn't know. So how do you gauge on what is being?
See, I think that will come over a period of time, so that you will get to know. So even for me to watch whether I'm focusing on this or maybe this, I don't know, because you can't see, right?
Exactly, that's my point.
Yeah, right.
If
So it will come over a period of time. It will come over a period of time, how it is, and yeah.
So 4 seconds of a video will like.
Hi. Bhavna, this is Bhavna, this new batch. And
I've seen the
Periscope.
Periscope video, so.
Any questions there?
No.
Okay.
Nothing.
Alright, yes.
So just one question is like a 4 second of video. Like how much that quickly impactful? Like in Periscope, there is no limit, I believe.
Correct.
You can go through an hour video. You can say what you want. But a 4 seconds, a really limited short time.
Yeah, see, why video 6 seconds? Why 6 seconds?
yeah.
Okay, now you see YouTube ads, skip ads.
Yeah.
How many seconds?
5 seconds.
Within that 5 seconds, brands are coming up with creative ideas. So that is where the world is going. 4 seconds, 3 seconds. So it is interesting. Please. You'll have to say hi to our listeners too.
Hello, everybody.
Let take a seat.
Thank you.
Okay. So yeah, it is going to go down and down. Maybe 1 second, 2 seconds it will come. You never know. Okay.
So we had a question regarding Periscope. Okay, you said, how can brands connect to consumers with the help of Periscope?
See, brands now, what are we doing?
Like
We're just doing
people
this
who
one.
are
It is
interested
already
in
branding,
what
right?
they
People,
right?
when you see, the title is important. When you upload, the title is important. So that there also people are seeing that. So when you see that, you see something interesting, and then you see where it is coming from. So in this one, my title is students asking questions to
On
me
Periscope.
about Periscope. Web marketing academy. Okay, so there are some portion of it. Of course, there are a few things you can do. When you start to do like Periscope like this, you can have your brand behind it. Right? Your logo or anything behind. That's what YouTube used to be, right? Because behind you have certain things. See, it's all about content. What is Periscope? It's all about content. So we saw budget allocation. What is important? It's a different form of content and to a different audience. Not necessarily different audience. Who are on my? Who is it going to? My followers and people who are watching. So it is, in a way, it is branding too. So anything that you post is branding too. So, but it depends upon the content. Will this be useful for others? Will this be?
Yeah,
Of course. Then so that is my purpose. I'm trying to educate people. Right? And as I said, I'm planning to have every day one topics and give them tips on tutorials and tips on this thing. Will that be useful for others?
Yeah.
So, and maybe an update for every day for you guys.
So what is there any protocols that we need to follow when we're periscoping? Is there a right method or things we shouldn't do on Periscope?
Sure.
Those
Yeah.
kind of things.
Yeah. Periscope is more of interaction. The whole idea behind Periscope is interaction. So see, now in this scenario, I cannot interact because it's a class or maybe it's a. But if you're going outside and you're doing a selfie and you're doing it, Periscope users tend to react to each other. Okay, it's not like YouTube. YouTube is passive. You go and watch. Maybe you can comment, but that's not live. The power of Periscope is you get to interact with people. People asking questions right then and there. There's no script or anything. You write it down. So it is all about interaction. So your interaction towards them is important. So how many people join?
Maybe 100.
No.
The live currently 11.
Yes.
11.
11. So when these people join, you get an update. Okay. Now you need to welcome them, or maybe hey, how's it going? What is it going? So I'm asking right now how. So please send where you're from, or maybe what is your question. So it's like an interaction.
Okay.
That is one of the best practices to do it. And it takes some time for them to pick up. So here are a few tips I'll give you. Start off, when you start, it might take 10 seconds or 15 seconds to go to everybody. Okay, so that stage, instead of starting right away about Periscope, what I did, I asked you to introduce. So that time I'm taking for people to come and join.
Okay, but so here's another thing. If in this situation it's a classroom, so there are people. But if you're doing a selfie Periscope video, right? In that case, there aren't people to introduce.
Correct.
So what do you do for those 10-15 seconds till people join or get interested in what you do?
Yeah, you can introduce the topic, or maybe just give your story. Give your story. Maybe today I went here. It's simple
Yeah,
things.
but what is
Or
the
how
point
it came
if there's nobody on who's watching your Periscope? So if there's
That
no
is-
one there yet, then what's the point of doing that? Because they would have missed that bit.
Yeah,
right?
so if you notice, I continuously repeat in between.
What this is about. Okay.
Yes. So because there are a lot of people who will know what is going on.
Right.
They'll come and comment what is going on. Then I'll tell them we are going. So that is how it is, because they come with the half of the thing.
Exactly,
They don't know.
that's my point. Yeah.
Right. So you continuously kind of give a theme. Hey, by the way, so far it is going good. We are discussing about Periscope and B. You see that?
Okay. No, because I was just wondering, first, the kickstarting the Periscope
Yeah. So
video.
instead of that, you focus on something interesting. You see something interesting,
Okay.
let it sit there for 10 15 seconds, and then you can talk.
Once people join,
Yes.
you start joining in, then you can start with the.
Yes. Okay, so that's one thing that you start with it. And the voice and the connection is important.
Yeah.
Okay, so when if you notice, especially in India, there is no faster connection. So here we are doing it because we have good connection here. But if you go outside, it's very tough. Okay, so you want to make sure that you have good connectivity, and then the first time you take the thumbnail is also important. So you focus on one particular thing that is important. Maybe what I did for this is I went to the Mac and I opened up Periscope and I started off with that. So that becomes the thumbnail. So what happens? It's relevant to people whatsoever there is something talking about Periscope. Okay, so it can be anything. Look into that, painting or something like that. Right? And then, so the interaction is important, talking to each other. And at the same time, it is only by phone. That means you need voice. If you notice, I'm speaking loud, and microphone will help, definitely. Because we are using a small one. But if you are using a headphone and all these things, that is good. But make sure that if it's in the collar or something, it gets a little bit noisy. So that is one. Lighting, yes, definitely. But if it is fun thing that I want to do, I don't want to care about lighting. We are not professional. And the fun thing about Periscope is it's not professional. We discussed about this today. Why people are not using video? Because maybe our culture is like that. We are shy. We want everything to be perfect. Periscope is not like that. Beam is not like that. It wants raw. Everything raw. Right? And that's the trend that we are seeing right now. We want more authentic. This is Beam's thing is what? Honestly something. Honest. So they want honest thing. So I think a lesson we need to learn is how businesses can be honest. Right? Yes.
I just have a question. What I'm wondering is, now when you talk about Periscope, right? It is something wherein you have to have live viewing, or else there's a video which is saved on Periscope and you watch it, but then you don't have an option to store it on your phone. If you're a viewer, if you're not the person who's publishing, if you're a viewer, you don't have an option to save it. Now, in a country like India, where we really don't have a very good internet connection, people will not want to, have that buffering happening all the time. So, don't you think that YouTube has a better option of isn't
no doubt
better?
about it. No doubt about it. YouTube is good.
Yeah.
So that is why there's a huge difference between Periscope and YouTube. In YouTube also you can do live on air.
Yeah.
But what is the difference between Periscope and YouTube? Here it goes automatically to Twitter. It gives a notification.
Okay.
So it come and join. But you're not in YouTube all the time. You go when you require.
Okay.
You're not going to go there for live unless
for businesses, what do you think will really at this kind
you
of
need to do
time?
both.
Okay.
Because it has got most. There is something that you store there which you can optimize it, and it's there content. Here it is disappearing after 24 hours.
Yeah.
Okay. However, to answer a couple of things that came to my mind when you're asking that. One is it is stored in camera roll if you make that option. So when you sign up in settings, there is an option. You want to auto save it to your camera roll. So once you save it, it will auto save. But keep in mind, if you finish off broadcast and you just close it, it will not save.
You have to save it.
You'll know it will save it, but you will have to wait till it completes.
Okay.
At the end, what we do is we finished off, right? We close it and then we close the thing. You'll have to wait.
But this is only for the publisher.
Yes, coming back to that. I'm coming back to that. So, for for people like us, we want to wait so that it buffers and then only it will store. Otherwise, it will not be stored. You might auto save it, but if you don't wait and close it, it will not save. Okay. Okay. So to answer your question, there are a couple of options. There are some tools that. So if I want to save maybe somebody else's Periscope in a desktop, there are tools like Screencast, Camtasia, Jing. These some of them are free programs. Jing is a free program. You can download it. It will record whatever you see in the screen.
Okay.
That's an option.
Okay. What was the other one that you said? Jing?
Camtasia. There is something called Screencast. Jing. Even Skype you can do. Even Google Plus Hangout.
Snag it.
Yes, Snagit. Yes. snag.it. Snagit. So these are some of the screen capturing. Whatever you see, you record.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Google Plus Hangout also does it. Google Plus on air. Google Plus Live on air has got an option to record what you are seeing.
Odzi has a question. This is a website version or a desktop version or from app
Which one?
for recording?
They have both. Okay, so this we are discussing desktop. Okay, this desktop, they have app for mobile too. But if you want to record mobile, there are other tools, which is what is that? Reflector 2. Reflector 2 is for mobile. So you want to record, it's a mirror. So you plug it in your mobile, and whatever you do in the mobile, it comes in the desktop, and that can be recorded. Okay, the computer will not be active. So whatever you do here, you can record it. It's mirroring.
It's for iPhone or Android? For both?
I think they have for both. No, this one is in your system again. So system and in this.
So you connect the phone.
Yes.
You have to connect
the phone, or through Wi-Fi also. There is an option for Bluetooth option is also there where you connect, and it will be projected in the system, and that can be recorded.
Yeah, but what if you want, like, I think the question basically is if you want to record it on your phone. So let's say you're seeing this video on your phone, on Twitter.
Like the screencast.
Yeah.
There are some this thing I'm not familiar with that. But there are definitely lots of apps. In this, they themselves will have an app for
the mobile.
Recording mobile. Okay. And then if you're using Mac and iPhone, QuickTime does it. QuickTime Player. So you open up QuickTime Player, open, and then new recording or a screen. It will have this option, and then instead of webcam, it will automatically take the webcam, right? Don't do this, and there will be an option for iPhone, Suresh's iPhone 6. Once you do that, it will actually record all those things. It's like a live recording. You can record it. Okay?
Okay, I had one doubt. See, it will only reach to the Twitter, whoever is following me. Will it reach to them, like, let's see, I am following you, so I got it. So those whoever following me, will they get a notification?
If you share it, you need to share it.
I need to.
But it will be still for the 24 hours from the time it starts. It's posted.
Yes.
After that,
So even if he shares it like maybe 5-6 hours later, it still counts from when he shared it.
Yeah.
That's what, yeah.
So it will be like after 6 hours, like
Exactly.
18 hours or
Yeah,
19 hours.
exactly.
Okay. You guys have a lot of questions. What about?
I think all of us had the common question of what is apt to put on to Periscope and the do's
What
and
type
don'ts.
of content can be put on?
Very good question. Anybody who wants to answer this?
I think it's content basically that adds value. No repetition, just value addition, and anybody would probably, I mean, the person who's interested in that kind, I mean,
Yeah.
they'll just go ahead.
So this content is for anything. Forget about Periscope. Anywhere you put, what is the best practices?
Something that will interest other people.
So, one, it should inform. That is, you use it for to educate. One is an educational kind of thing. The second one is entertaining. Right? It should either entertain, because we are bored and people go there to Periscope boy because they are bored. They want to kill time. Right? Or I go there to look at others. So for me it is more of an educational thing. Right? Because I watch something and then I learn from them, or maybe I want to see some events that is happening. I want to do it live. Or it should be engaging. Okay, so we will be covering content class, but all the things is applicable even here. But this is much more, because you plan for this. Even for this, you will have to plan. Right? So again, a content calendar will help. So you need to decide what. So here, I'll run it like this thing. First, step one is you need to have a goals and objectives. Why are we doing this? Right? Why? What are we trying to achieve? You can have multiple goals. As he said, it could be for brand awareness, it could be for sales, it could be for new product launch, it could be sharing the culture of WMA. You see? So here comes, my goals could be, I want to be a thought leader, for example. I want to help others. I want to educate others. And at the same time, I want to build brand. And I want to get students, for example. Just not my objective, but just putting it. Okay?
Hidden objective.
Hidden objective. Now, when we do all these things, you guys will come. Did I went after you guys? Okay. Okay? So we got an objective. Now, okay, so that means here, and I also want to understand the culture. So when can I bring these things? Okay, so thought leader, that means I need to give tips is going to work out.
Yeah, which is informative.
Yes, the classes could be Periscope. The Q&A can be Periscope. Events could be Periscope. We are doing a lot of events. Right? And maybe interviews with you guys. Right? Or just fun birthday parties. We do that one too. Everything that we do is we are doing it. Birthday parties and something happening, what we do?
You can always.
Yeah, we doing Periscope podcast we did.
Yeah.
Podcast, how we come up with the podcast. So in this, if you notice, all of these things will have these elements. Either it will be educative, entertaining, or engaging. Okay. That's the best practice for this thing. So now you got the objective, and now you need to understand how Periscope works. So that is step 2, right? Do research and understand how Periscope works. Some of the best practices that we talk about, and like it should be interactive. You welcome people. You just share some information, share more information. See, this is all information that are tips that we are giving, right? These are best practices not only for you guys but also for the viewers. So what in between we talked about some tools, right? Okay, so you understand how this people work, and always keep in mind there will be always haters.
Now I have another question. So someone like me who's not been on Twitter, we have an account but never used it, never tweeted. What is the advantage of doing Periscope then? Like, is there an advantage at all? Should we do it? Should we build the Twitter account first and then do Periscope? How is this?
So definitely you need to. That's the advantage of Periscope, because it's connected with Twitter. It goes to Twitter. So in that case, you can use hashtags. One that is discoverable.
Okay.
In Twitter, somebody going and searching for digital or Periscope, you are most likely your link is going to come there.
So you say use the hashtag. So when in the subject basically.
Yes.
Of the title of the video or whatever you're
So
doing.
that's a separate topic itself, I just put a subject line or title.
Okay.
Okay. In there, you're going to use the hashtags.
Hashtag. Okay.
So what happens? It goes to Twitter and in Periscope. What happens? That hashtag people who are searching for will discover your
Video as well. Okay.
Any questions coming there? Okay. So by the this also reminds me. How many people are watching? Maybe 1 or 2.
9.
9. But actually, there are more people watching in the desktop.
Oh, so this only shows the mobile.
Yes. So don't go with this number. Why 10 people are watching? Why am I doing this? Don't get discouraged. Only 10 people are watching, but there are maybe 50 people are watching in the desktop. That is not shown here.
No, but is that live or is it once
Yes,
it's
live,
done?
live. There will be slight delay, 1 second or 2 seconds.
No, but still, it's live streaming of what is going on.
Right.
Oh, okay. And this is live on Twitter or on
No, that is a
Periscope?
separate URL. It takes to a separate URL.
So basically, you have to go to the Periscope website and then do that, or?
In Twitter, you posted it. So, Twitter, what it says, Twitter, it will say my status is like this. What it says, live Periscope,
Oh.
and then this title, the show title.
Whatever you give it.
Yes, and then the link, which goes to periscope.tv
Okay.
and XYZ and all these things.
Also.
So, if anybody who's in the desktop, they will see this, they click on this will take them to a separate interface, which they
Is
will
live
see.
streaming of this.
Yes, this there will be a play button. Will play. Okay. So in this it might not show, but there might be 50 people watching there. That's how Periscope works. Okay. And to bring the point that we discussed, people are shy, even to interact. I am shy, but I want to do it, right? So I need to learn, because if I don't, if I say I'm shy and if I can't do it, how am I going to teach you guys? Okay, so yeah, I want to bring that point too, because yes, we are all shy and we don't know where to start. Correct? We don't know where to see. That's when you don't need to put your face. Just do something here and you can just talk, or maybe open up the computer and do something and show that, and you give the voice.
Okay.
If you're too shy, open up how to do Camtasia. Do a demo, or do something in there, or have something, have a conversation. Have that person focus on that.
Okay, so now, since you said that, let's say it's someone like me where you've seen, I want to do the blogging and that part. Now let's say I want to do a Periscope video on one of the blogs I've written or one of the topics I've written.
Excellent.
Now, how do you do that? So I don't want the camera to be focusing on me, but I want people to be interested enough to go and read what I've written and probably comment and give their inputs on what I've done. Now,
See,
in which case,
this is also natural. So I want to be in a raw.
So how does that work? So do I focus on the article, maybe on the webpage once we create the website? Do I focus on the website and then just give the voice over?
Okay, so we'll take the scenario and work it out.
Yeah. So
What is your scenario? So you are creating blog post, correct?
Yeah.
And you want to do some Periscope. So what do you guys think, guys? What do you think that she should do?
Maybe the topic can be a face.
Take the
or
Okay, so we'll brainstorm with this. So one is, what is this blog? What is that blog about?
it's random topics on life, basically.
Okay,
So
life. So we'll take it as life. Under life you have various categories.
Yeah.
My life, your life, whatever, right?
Yeah.
And then you have one professional
Blog is it?
blogging.
Yeah.
That is
Digital marketing, yeah.
Okay. So this is the current scenario. If I have to come up with a Periscope, what am I going to do? And I'm shy. I don't want my face in there. Okay.
The topic on which I'm writing, say, if it is about motivation, I will keep as a wallpaper or something which is motivating. Plus the detail about my website on which I have written the blog.
Okay.
So in a way I will be promoting my blog over there. And I'm just motivating the people, so it can be a face of the Periscope.
Okay.
And
So that is one of the things. If what I would do is, I would just maybe come up with why I want to write this topic. Why?
What motivated me?
Yes.
What's my thought process?
What made you to write? Why and what made you to write? Can you share that one? So you're just opening it out, the blog, the title, and focus on the title, or you writing it in a book.
For example, okay, like a clear-cut example is the blog I wrote about search engines today.
Right.
For today's class. Let's say I wanted to do a Periscope video about that. It's not detailed, it doesn't, I'm sure there's a lot more that can be covered. But let's say I want to do that and it's in a completely raw format.
Yes.
Then what do I do about that?
So here, search engines is the blog post, and you want to do blog post about that particular thing. And you can start off with my story, your story.
About how I got to writing as a person.
No, how you picked up. Your life is interesting. I'm working in a corporate world. Now I want to enhance my skills, and I realized that digital marketing is important. So I did a lot of research. This story itself will go for 10-15 minutes.
Right.
Okay, so I'll give a story for Periscope, maybe a plan, right? So what is the story? Because that is, don't you think, if you're watching, don't you think that would be interesting? So you come to know she works for WMA, and she realizes that it is important. And you don't have to show your face, you can still talk.
Right. Just focus on
Yes.
like a title or an
Correct.
image that
Yes.
depicts.
Or you focus on this, or maybe write something. Okay, so you can just take a piece of paper and this thing, and then you're going to say, yes, my story, how I got started. 1, I'm in IBM. Number 2, in IBM there is a lot of, I like it, but still, I feel like I'm missing out something. So I went to Google, open up Google, and you do some search. Do the process itself.
And just like, yeah.
Open up Google, show them, this is what I did. What I did, I searched for some, maybe what is digital marketing, and I saw this interesting. Then I decided, okay, I need to enhance my skills. Then again, I asked my friends, and I did some research. Go through the process too. Okay, and you can make it short if you want. If this is too much, you make it short, or you can extend it if you want to. Right? So then I did the research, and then I came to know about WMA, for example, and then I joined, and here I am in my second class. And the first class, so the second one is class, because that is what the idea came in. So the class, you can talk about your batches in the class, what happened, the initial first day. It's an interesting thing, right? You get to meet a lot of people. Who are those people? Background.
Okay.
That is something. And then while I'm doing this, so in the class that this topic came in and we were discussing, and that is what motivated me to do this
particular
blog post. Now it's easy. You set everything. Now you are going to talk the search engines itself. Even though it is there, you explain it in your own words. Okay. So you said about directories. So it was directories. I wonder how directories would be.
Right. Okay. And then sort of make it engaging with.
Correct. And see, we came a long way, and now we are in live, right? So that can come up with a story. And of course, we always want you are going to interact, for example, right? And talk. There will be a lot of questions come in, and maybe you ask because it's new.
Right.
And then you end with call to action. Where do you want to send it? I'm going to publish this in this particular blog.
Right.
And you can follow me on Twitter, and these things. And I send to encourage them to. Is that good?
So
and this replicated to everything else too? Yes.
There's a question from Mozi again. So if I'm in a website version, a desktop version, will I get the notified?
What is it?
Notification still comes to me on web page. If someone
in Twitter, yes, it goes on Twitter.
No, in Periscope. Periscope website.
There is no Periscope will not send you a notification. Yes, it is integrated with Twitter.
But in Twitter, you will get an update.
Yes.
In desktop too.
Yes, but even if you, I think if you sign up without Twitter, it will still take it and it is in the notification in your mobile, not in the desktop. It will not notify you on the desktop. If you're using mobile, when I do a Periscope, even if you don't use Twitter, you will still get notification. That is just like anything else. Facebook, you say notification, alert me, just like anything.
So desktop is just an extension, a
Yes.
second phase.
Yes, that's not much. You can't interact in desktop. You can't ask questions. You can just only
View.
pass and watch. Okay. So, can this be replicated for any industry?
Yes.
Okay, so you got a frame line or a framework to how to go about it or anything? Okay. So now it's don't be shy. Initially you feel like, Bhavna was looking at my initial 2007 videos and she's smiling and laughing like crazy. It's so bad, but I want to keep it there. I could have removed it. Because if I see that itself, I am feeling embarrassed. This is how terrible it was.
But it shows the transformation.
I can edit it, I can download it, or I do have the files, I can edit it and put it. But I want to be it like that. And after all, Periscope and Beam is, honest transparency. Let it be there. Okay, so don't be shy, Initially it will be difficult. First 2 or 3 this thing, you don't know what it is. So you just play with it. Yes, you will have some kind of a thing, but you get used to it. Okay? Okay, more questions. You had some. Okay, so we got step 2, understanding, and then this could be step 3, coming up with a plan, right? And so step 4 could be, this is for initially you're starting off something. But if you want to do it on a continuous basis, you need to create a content calendar. So what is the theme going to be?
Which is what you guys are doing, right?
Yes,
Creating what you're planning on.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do like this. So now who's my target audience? So one is my target audience is alumni and you guys. I want to update you. Okay, so now in this, what am I going to share? I will do my research. So latest updates I'm going to share. Correct? So that I can update. So I'll go research and keep everything ready. So this week, Beam is interesting. I'm going to talk about Beam. So I have research and came up with the content already. So the good thing, this is important because when what you're going to write, we get ideas every time. When we are sitting in a bus, we might get it. So I want you all to jot down, whenever you get some ideas, just jot it down. And it's like a bank of content lying there. So whenever you want, you can go back and refer, today let me talk about this. It could be simple note in pen and paper, or a journal, or maybe online, or on your phone.
Notes.
Yeah, notes, or even voice. Voice recorder is there, right? If you are driving, you don't want to type it in, just record it. Okay, so jotting it down and then coming up with this. And the second one is
Prospects.
Yes, prospects. Maybe not. I just want to educate others. Okay. So I want to share something which I'm excited. It could be anything, anybody from public or anybody. So the target audience is both in India and in the US or other countries too. I have some other friends who are in other countries, so I want to update this one too.
But will it be wrong to prospect?
I don't prospect.
No, I'm not asking.
Don't take good. Yes, you prospect too. Yes, from a business you do it. Don't do like me business. I'm not a good business person. Okay?
We can do that.
Yes,
we can
definitely,
ask
of course. Yeah. So prospects, because for them this is what makes you money. This is why you exist.
So we can do prospecting.
Yes. Yes. But the thing why most of the people who are doing is it becomes promotion. When it becomes promotion, this thing goes down. Okay.
But when you educate and then you give like a call to action,
Yes,
then
We,
it's like
we can give them a call to action, right? What
Of
they
course,
can do.
yeah,
I mean,
definitely.
for more
See,
videos.
it is just me. It's just me. But this is important for you guys. Don't take the same in this scenario. Don't take mine. But yes, good that you brought up a point on YouTube, because this is what at the end you're going to make money. I mean, after all, you're spending your time and everything. What for? Okay? So, sales, whatever. So, now, for this people, for this what I want to give, people don't know, or maybe they're not. So, for them, I need to give content that is entertaining or informative too. Right? And I have to bring in some flavor to it. Maybe I'll talk about a recipe a day. Right? I enjoy cooking, so I will mix it up with some cooking tips. Indian food. You see?
Without salt.
Without salt, see? So in that video, I did not add salt. Of course, I added salt, but I did not mention it, add salt. And there was a lot of comments saying, you forgot to add salt. Okay? So prospects, what I'm going to do, I'm going to show some case studies, some interviews, how these people have transformed, for example, in WMA, how these people came from a village and we transformed completely. We have some videos, maybe I can interview them and those kinds of things. Got it? Okay, so every Monday I'm going to post SEO related tips. Okay, and latest updates. Or maybe, so I'll give a flow. Updates is one thing, and I'm going to talk one tip or tool related to that, and maybe I'll show a demo on how to do it. It's a flow. So I take that subject and then work on it. Tuesdays, I'm going to do the same thing, but this time it will be PPC. Wednesdays, I'm creating a theme based on each one now. So it is a little bit organized. So Wednesdays, I'm going to talk about startup. How to start a blog. You want, right? Yeah. I'm going to show that. This is how you can, how to start a Periscope, how to start a podcast. Okay. So Thursdays, I'm going to talk about maybe social media. So I come up with that, and then I have a structure now. Okay, so you got a structure, which is what? Step 4?
Step 4.
Okay. Step 5 is, okay, so now consistency. So you need to know you'll have to do it consistently. That's how you get the followers. So it will keep in mind anything, it's not going to just come just like that. You might have one follower or one viewer. In order to increase the viewers or increase the traffic, consistency is the key. And the tip, if you have good content plus consistency, you do it, you're going to naturally build that audience. People will come back. Consistency and time. Time is very important here. Because we need to, you will come to know after a few periscopes what time is good. So if I target, for example, my US audience, I see there are a lot of people when I do in the mornings. They write. So they're bored, or maybe they want to, they're having dinner and they at the same time they want to do this. But if I want to target an Indian audience, this is not going to work. I'm in the commute, or maybe I just woke up, or 8 o'clock and all will not work. So I should do it in the afternoon or in the evening or night. Okay? Right? Okay. So, step 6, I don't know, I just come up with
The steps as you're going along. Yeah.
Okay. Measure. Analytics. Right? So we did not have a proper plan on the fly. I'm just coming up with the steps. So I need to measure it, right? Which one is working, which one is not working. So this I came to know after a few periscopes. Okay, and also you need to understand the behavior. If you are targeting Indian audience, do not expect any interaction. That doesn't mean that they do not like it or they are not watching it. They're watching it because their behavior is like that. Right? You take ourselves, we also like that. We like to watch, but we don't tell, or we don't share. Even commenting we don't do. We are skeptical about things. That's a culture. Okay, but however, in this itself, how many people asked? Who asked questions? Who asked? Indian?
No.
Yeah.
Sweden.
See? Okay? Because if there is a chat option somewhere in the desktop, maybe they might use it, but because there are a lot of people watching it at the desktop. Got it?
Yeah.
Okay, so we got some idea about Periscope? Yes?
Yes.
Good. Any other questions there?
It's
No?
clear.
Okay. Good. Beam questions you have?
Have you checked out the then we can
Exactly.
ask questions.
Okay, so beam is like, it takes the sensor and then it takes the video, 4-second video. 4 seconds. So you just keep it to your chest and it record everything and it uploads in beam. Okay? So it uses the sensor, right, random. And then after 10 minutes that will be a loop. You can take a complete half an hour.
So it's like even tinier than the vines,
Yes.
4 seconds.
Yes. But it doesn't have to be 4 seconds. It will post it. Then you post it. Continuously keep doing it.
Okay.
It will build.
You got to check it out. It's
But-
only on Apple now.
Yes. But the thing is, the reaction. There's no like or a heart. In Periscope, it's heart.
Yeah.
There it is a real time selfie.
Oh.
So you just either shake your head or do some funny stuff. That is how you react to that beam. BM. I don't know the name. I think it's Be Me. I guess it's just me. I think so.
It must be beam because that's how we say meme, right?
Yeah,
M-E-M-E.
I don't know. So I think Be Me because what they want to see what.
Oh, okay.
Be yourself or I don't know. Okay? So play with it. I got some codes. I gave you one code.
Yeah.
Who's using Apple? iPhone? Okay. Just SMS me your number. I'll try to get a code. Alright, question. Any other questions? No? Alright, so you're going to do some periscoping. At least try it out. Okay? Yes? Alright, so our information, instead of me telling you guys tell where to find Web Marketing Academy information. I'll leave the call to action to you guys. You guys can tell.
Sorry, say that again?
Instead of me telling where people can find information, you guys tell.
The website.
Website is one. What are the other
Facebook
places?
is another.
Okay, well, what is the URL or maybe?
I think even if you put up the best digital marketing academy in
Bangalore,
Bangalore, you
yeah.
still have the
Exactly.
first results.
Google it.
Exactly.
Google.
So Google Web Marketing Academy. Web Marketing Academy. Alright, so thanks for watching, guys.
Thank you so
Thank you.
much.
Let's say
Thank
bye-bye.
you.
Bye.
Okay, here is what it is. Wait, Barney, don't close it. Okay. No, that's fine, leave it. So it's still going on, right?
Yeah.
So I just stop.